On now, hopefully. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good. Tonight you will see moments from The Revolutionists, a feminist comedy by Lauren Gunderson, performed by Elizabeth Palmieri as Olympe de Gouges and Julia Vuolo as Marie Antoinette. Elizabeth was directing a production of the play, The Revolutionists, at Stevens College last March when the pandemic hit, and the production was forced to halt the night before the opening. Julia, who you will see tonight, was playing Marie Antoinette. I want to tell you a little bit now about our two actors for tonight and the director. Elizabeth Broughton Palmieri is a director, actor, writer, arts facilitator, and arts collaborator based in Columbia, Missouri. She is co-founder and artistic director of Greenhouse Theater Project. Her work focuses on physical theater in site-specific spaces, devising new projects, adapting and reviving classic work, and collaborating with artists in all mediums to create visceral, innovative performances. Her work has taken her across the globe, from her home base in Missouri with the True False Film Festival to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival in Scotland and beyond. She teaches and directs at Stevens College and travels internationally teaching master classes for the physical actor. She has written and developed several original plays and adaptations, including Dark Creation, The Mary Shelley Project with Emily Adams, and her sister company, Greenhouse UK in England. She holds a degree in theater from St. Olaf College. Currently, you can find her creating and performing live with Greenhouse Theater Project on Zoom. The other actor you will see tonight is Julia Vuolo. She is a third-year performing arts major at Stevens College. She hails from Colorado and soon can be seen in Gideon's Knot, October 16th through 18th online. And if you're interested in seeing that, tickets can be purchased online through the Stevens Theater Department website. And before we begin our play, the scenes of the play this evening, we also want to do special thanks to Stevens College Theater and the costume department and their dressers, Olivia Cope and Asher Lipscomb, and the fantastic costume designer, Anna Escalante. And now, our play.
Thank you, Barbara. A little bit about our play for tonight. Four beautiful, strong women lose their heads in this irreverent, girl-powered comedy set during the French Revolution's reign of terror. Playwright Olympe de Gouges, assassin Charlotte Corday, former queen and fan of ribbons Marie Antoinette, and Haitian rebel Marianne Angel hang out, murder Marat, and try to beat back the extremist insanity in 1793 Paris. This grand and dream-tweaked comedy by one of the most produced contemporary female playwrights is about violence and legacy, art and activism, feminism and terrorism, compatriots and chosen sisters, and how we actually go about changing the world. The characters you will see featured from the play tonight are two dynamic women literally ripped from history. The most famous, of course, is Marie Antoinette, known as the last queen of France before the Revolution. Her famous words, "Let them eat cake," aided in the decline in her popularity with her people. And in 1793, Marie was executed for high treason, among other things. Lesser known, but equally as enigmatic, is Olympe de Gouges, a French feminist and playwright. She was an activist, abolitionist, and a women's rights advocate. She went to the guillotine for her writings, which challenged the practice of male authority and the notion of female inequality. And now, Enjoy these moments from The Revolutionists by Lauren Gunderson.
Okay, I had no choice in becoming royalty. It was thrown at me. And by that, I mean a mountain of free stuff and undeserved compliments. What would you do? You'd take them. They're free. But just to be very clear, I did not say that bit about the cake. That was out of context. I thought I was ordering lunch. I know what most people think of me. And it isn't very nice. And I have a feeling that I might die sooner rather than later, but I would very much like later to know that I was a real person who bled and gave birth in a closed room with 200 people watching. So give me a little credit here. I care. I care so much about my people and my country. I just need better press. You can do that for me, Madame de Gouges. I was hoping that you would. I would be honored to be in your play and try to earn your respect via meaningful connection and minor revisionism.
I know I shouldn't, but I kind of like her.
I mean, sometimes a revolution needs a woman's touch.
It does need a woman's touch, but that is not a soft thing, Citizen Cake.
Oh, I know it's not. Not at night, not in secret, not when you're a tall, red-haired American diplomat in my goddamn country. Then it's a hard hand that knows your every weakness and is firm and red and shuts you up and makes you sit, and you better do what it says or else you're damn right there'll be a revolution. So, here's what I don't get. Isn't the definition of a revolution the turning about of an object on a central axis, thereby landing its journeyman in the exact spot whereon they started? Because that seems like a waste of everyone's time.
Okay, yeah, this is gonna start moving really fast now. Marat's death has made things very bad very quickly. The revolution has turned violent. Anything done or said against the Republic is now treason, and treason is punished by death. There are mobs in the streets, Marat's a martyr, Charlotte's on trial, and I've finally found something to write about.
Marie? Oh my God, is that me, Marie? The Queen, Marie, the me queen?
Yes. Can you not yell all of your revelations as you have them?
Gasp! Sigh. Retort. Oh, that seems like such the right move.
Well, the Declaration was a real bust, and you're really interesting.
Right?
Back to plays. Fiction, I can fix. Reality is way too hard to write. At least drama has some structure. We're headed somewhere clear. And I have to admit that this play might be good. Like, actually good.
And it's really about me? That's hilarious.
Well, actually, it's a very serious, epic, historical, political drama with a few songs that will be a vindication for generations because it will last for 5 hours.
Ugh. But the title, something cute. Something that says she's innocent. Perhaps the lovely queen. Or maybe Braveheart.
No, it has to be something sweeping and profound, like France Preserved.
Sounds delicious.
Okay, maybe France Saved.
Oh, that's nice. I'm thinking, is France an ingenue tied to a train track? And what are trains?
France Saved, or A Tyrant Dethroned. Yep, that's it.
What now? Dethroned? Who's dethroned?
I want a country that owns itself, and I don't think we can do that with a monarchy, so this play will—
Silence! No, queen, that is not— No, wait, do I die in the end?
Well, I haven't written the end yet, so—
You said we're headed somewhere clear. Drama has structure. Well, where the hell are we headed, and why is it not a beach?
Look!
No, you look. I am the main character of this thing, right? So let's make me stay queen and not die, okay? Let's do that.
Sometimes the story tells itself.
Then you better tell this damn story to behave. I have precious little time to force history to like me. Now tell me what you're writing.
I don't have time to go back. I'm halfway through the story.
Aren't we all? Tell me.
Setting: the Queen's private chamber in the palace on the eve of the fall of the monarchy.
That's a bad day to set a romantic comedy.
It's not a romantic comedy.
But...
You're desperate. You're plotting any way to uphold the crumbling royal institution while the revolutionary forces are at your door.
Get away from the door, Marie.
Then a woman comes to you to convince you to let go of the old ways and embrace the new, to compromise. Her name is Olympe.
Hold the throne. You're writing about yourself now?
It's a character.
Named after you.
Well, yes, but...
Isn't that confusing? I'm confused. I hate when theater confuses me.
I call it meta theater. The point is to be a little confusing.
I hate it. I already hate it.
You don't hate it.
The play is trash.
The play could save us.
Comment?
By showing you learning a goddamn lesson for starters, by showing people that revolutions needn't be so bloody, that they can be kind and creative. I'm telling you, Your Majesty, this play will be important.
If it's not a romantic comedy, nobody will come.
I'll add a butler.
Hilarious!
Now, the first act ends with Olympe convincing the Queen to work with the revolutionaries to create a constitutional monarchy that truly embraces liberté, égalité,
Sororité.
I'll be sure that the country is saved by its women.
That I like. Keep writing. And if you want, the production may borrow my wigs.
I'll make sure to thank you in the program.
It's finality that scares me most.
Yeah, that's the hardest part. Writing the ending.
Oui, c'est vrai. That was my fear as a child. Never seeing people again, or dogs. How are you supposed to understand when you're so young? Never? What is never? Never is now, young Marie. Never might be now.
I don't know, Your Majesty. Never might not come to you. You're a very compelling woman. I'm the one that should worry. My attempt at immortality is on paper, scripts in actors' hands. It's not as glamorous as it sounds.
Oh, don't worry. It doesn't seem very glamorous. But I like your stories. I'll remember them. And I'll tell my grandchildren, and they'll tell their grandchildren, and then their grandchildren will invent new ways to watch never-ending plays on even tinier stages. May I nap on you?
A play that doesn't end? If that's what I really want, that's what it would be.
Then tell me that story. And let's not have an ending, shall we? A cliffhanger will do. Something that makes the audience wanting to keep coming back for more and more and... By the authority of the Committee for Public Safety, you are hereby tried with treason for consent and aggressive theatrical actions.
Okay, so the thing about that is, yes. Yes, if being a traitor is loving my country enough to shame it for being less than its best self, then I am one. Yes, I am. And God knows I do anything less than aggressive theater.
Your play is a treasonous act, a shameful drama poorly penned.
First draft, Jesus.
Maliciously and purposefully composed to attack the sovereignty of the people.
I would never attack the sovereignty.
Your play depicts the former queen, does it not?
Well, yes, but not in a fine light.
You portray that woman as a sympathetic figure for all to see.
No. The whole point is that the queen learns a lesson about the true north of the Republic.
And she learns this lesson in your play?
Yes.
So she's capable of learning?
Yes.
Which makes her a sympathetic figure.
It just makes her human. I'm the sympathetic figure in the play. I'm the one that convinces her that democracy is better than royalty. That character is Olympe de Gouges, so as not to be confused with anyone else but me. This play proves that I'm a patriot. And anyway, I haven't even gotten to the end of it.
What happens at the end?
We'll probably hear people sing and the sound of distant drums.
It's a musical?
For the whole family. You'll laugh, you'll cry. There's a barricade.
By unanimous decision, the tribunal states that Olympe de Gouges, the female playwright,
just playwright,
is guilty and shall be punished by death.
You can't kill me for this. I work in the theater. It's a non-profit.
We kill a lot of people, Miss de Gouges.
No, you can't kill me. I'm pregnant.
The tribunal does not think you're pregnant.
But I am. Definitely pregnant.
We're pretty sure that you're not.
Give me a few weeks.
The condemned shall be killed tomorrow morning, and justice will hereby be served.
This is not justice. You say you fight for freedom and equality, but that means art and ideas, which is my life's work. A work in progress, I might note. I mean, you can't kill the writers. That's democracy 101. I am not the problem. You are the problem.
The tribunal does not think we're the problem.
God damn it. Come on. No. No, you guys. You guys are messing up the revolution. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Elizabeth Palmieri and Julia Volo. And now they will, in a minute, will take questions and answers from the viewers on the play or anything you would like to ask them. But before we go to the questions and answers, I just want to remind people again that this is presented by or hosted by the League of Women Voters, and it's a membership benefit. So we're glad members are here to enjoy this play. And also we'd like to encourage anyone who's not a member to join and become a member of the League of Women Voters, Columbia, Boone County. And you can go to our website. We do have also special membership rates for younger people and people of low income. So go to LWVCBC.org. And with that, let's see. We'll see. I'll look at the questions. Please put your questions in the chat, and we'll have time to take as many as are there. So
the first question is about her dogs, and I don't know if Julia knows this, but she definitely had dogs, because I'm remembering all the paintings I've ever seen of her, and there are dogs in all the paintings, like at her feet.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that question.
What? You're Marie Antoinette.
And there was a wonderful job. But can you tell us a little bit about the creation of the play and how you adapted it?
Yeah, so Lauren Gunderson, the amazing Lauren Gunderson, wrote this play. And if you've seen anything else that she has written, Greenhouse and myself performed one of her One Women shows this past summer called Natural Shocks. She is such an interesting, enigmatic writer. She is a feminist. She is an activist. And I think that comes through in all of her writing, no matter what she's writing and who the character is. There's always someone in there fighting for something that's bigger than themselves. And so I really appreciate directing and performing her work. She's smart and her words are smart, but she also knows that we have to make things relevant, you know? So she oftentimes will take period stories or period characters and kind of pump them up and bring them into today. And I love that. And I love that about the Revolutionists, because she took 3 women from history. So Charlotte Corday is another one of the characters in the piece. And whoever knows who that is, she's featured in several paintings, and she killed Marat. She assassinated him. during the Reign of Terror. So these women were all women that were fighting their own battles kind of in their own right during the Reign of Terror. And then the fourth character in the piece is a Black woman who is a character that Lauren Gunderson kind of created from a few different women. Her character is called Marianne Angel, but she pulls from like a Haitian background. She's a spy in the play, so she's a really wonderful character. She's kind of the one that I would say is like the mom to the rest of the women, and the one that kind of lays everything straight for them when everything else is going awry. But the production we were doing at Stevens, I was fortunate enough to direct 4 wonderful ladies, and the saddest thing is that right after they finished performing their dress rehearsal, I had to inform them all that we would not be able to actually do the show because of COVID. So it was kind of that period of time in mid-March when everything shut down. And, you know, as devastating as that is, we all kind of knew that, as in this play, you know, we were dealing with something that was much larger than any of us. And so it kind of, you know, kind of worked through it. But I'm hoping to do it again. And I'm hoping actually to have Greenhouse do it at some point in the future too, because it's such a great Greenhouse show. And, you know, that's the other thing about Lauren Gunderson is she writes women that I want to play. She writes characters that I want to play. She writes characters I want to direct. She's just so smart, and she's so funny, and she really cares about history. And so, but she's also really into science, and she's really into, you know, Shakespeare. So she kind of blends all these different ideas together, and it's really fun to watch her work and direct it and perform it. Question.
And is there a play coming up with the Greenhouse project?
Yeah, so right now we are in the midst of our Living Room One Acts. So if any of you have attended, or maybe perhaps some of you have hosted our Living Room One Acts before, which used to actually be in someone's living room in town. We would move around to 3 different houses. Barbara's daughter Danielle and her husband Mikey have hosted us a couple times. And what that consists of usually is we put on 2 brand new one acts in someone's living room, and we just cram it full of people, which definitely is not pandemic friendly anymore. So what we've done is, you know, we're doing it online, we're doing it virtually, which still makes sense because it's Living Room One Acts and it's still in your living room, because maybe that's where you're watching it from. So we just, we performed last week, and now we're doing round 2 in November. So just keep an eye on our social media and our website. And then we are actually doing our 3-person adaptation of A Christmas Carol in December. That'll be the 2nd weekend of December. And that will also be virtual. So you're like, how are they going to do this? Well, we're working on it right now, and it's kind of exciting. I'm kind of up for this challenge of adapting theater to the screen right now. I don't really think of it as theater per se. It's like a theater film hybrid. And for me, you know, Greenhouse, anyone who's seen any of our work, we're site specific. So we're always working in non-traditional spaces. And so to me, you know, being online, it's just another stage. It's just another space. So, you know, you just have to adapt. And that's where we're at right now. And I want to keep telling stories, and I want to keep working. And so this is where we're at, you know.
Oh, great. And let's see, can you tell us a little bit about the costumes?
Oh my gosh, yeah, these costumes are amazing, and you can't even really like fully like see them. But both Julie and I are wearing full corsets, and we have petticoats while we have, you know, the under part, and you know, we're very hot. We were just commenting on how warm we are right now. But the costumes were designed by a student last year, and it was so fun working with her. I think you mentioned her name earlier, Ana Escalante, and yeah, very talented. And she, I just loved all the research she did, because if you would see the Charlotte Corday outfit, that was kind of the least period outfit. She was wearing leather kind of biker pants, and she had this really wonderful jacket with all these patches. She was kind of punk, if you will. And so she was, you know, there were these hints at, you know, we're in the past, but we're also in this, we're all dealing with this reality now. Women are still fighting for equality. You know, it's like the issues they were dealing with then did not seem so far away when we were working on this piece and talking about, you know, abortion and all these different issues that, you know, still affect women and that we don't have a total voice or decision over, you know? So yeah, so that's the costumes. Let's see, Marie's costume. Marie, what can you say? Oh, I know what I wanted to say. These were all built from scratch. So my coat that I'm wearing right now is a wool coat that was dyed. This fabric was actually dyed. Marie's dress was hand dyed. So it's the process that they go through at Stevens is incredible because they really want the students to learn every part of designing and creating a costume from the actual drawings and design straight through the process of fitting it onto the body that it's going to be on. So I have a lot of respect for them.
And will you be working with Stevens College on another play?
I hope so. I don't know when theater is actually going to be a thing again, like on stage, but when that time comes, I would love to direct another show up there. I would love to direct this show again up there. I think this is the kind of show that Stevens College really needs. This is a show that celebrates women. It celebrates women's strength and it celebrates sisterhood. And I really think that you know, these are the kinds of stories that, you know, if any college is telling them, an all-women's school, you know, right here in Missouri, it would be great to have it there. And the playwright, Lauren Gunderson, who I mentioned before, she is like pre-pandemic, she was the #1 produced playwright in the United States. So you might be thinking, who is this? I've never heard of her. Well, her work has been done more than any other in the past 3 years. So look her up because she's incredible. And you'll be seeing a lot of her.
Great. So are there any other questions? If there are, enter them in chat. Otherwise, I just want to really thank from the bottom of our hearts, Elizabeth Palmieri and Julia Volo for sharing with us scenes from this play. And hopefully all the viewers enjoyed it. I know they're staying with us. And I'm not sure if this will be recorded. I know it's recorded, but whether we'll have to discuss it with Elizabeth, whether it's available for others to see in the future or not. But thank you for doing it. And then I encourage people, if you're not a member of the League, to go to our website and see how you can become a member, because we're doing really important work. And it's so important to help preserve our democracy, which we can never take for granted, and we must always work to keep. And the women and men are welcome too, in the League, are really working hard to make sure that our democracy works. So thank you so much, and hopefully we can partner again in the future.
Sounds great. Thanks so much for asking us, Barbara. And Julie and I thank you too for all the work that you do in the community and beyond. So thank you.
Thank you. This is from all the audience.
Right. Au revoir.
Thank you, audience.
Merci.
Merci.